and more difficult when Drilling Claws is ready. This mine drop, is Stephano paying attention? The answer is yes. Will he pull them in time? No, could have been worse. Not bad, but oh, the final one was sexy. Good job there by Stephano.
Yeah, you have to be damn good to take out Clem, it does seem. This map, by the way, we do have the Reaper obviously dealing some harass. Nice micro by Stephano, keeping every single Ling that he made alive. This is one of the maps where I very often see Clem do the same build that he did the previous map. He just likes the second barracks, you get the stem out, and he likes taking out the creep in the middle.
Look how annoying he is with this Reaper. I'm getting triggered looking at this Reaper. Because he could just click it far away, right? But then he doesn't. He does like these micro clicks where he's like, hey, Queen, you want to shoot? And then he clicks it like half a centimeter further. And he's like, okay, you want to catch up? And it always reminds me of that little interview where they asked him, if you were a StarCraft 2 unit, which unit would you pick? And then Clem said, the Reaper, because it's really annoying. and now every single time I see him have the annoying Reaper movement, I just think of that little interview. Oh, this Reaper could be in a bit of trouble. It's a Clem Reaper. They're never in trouble.
They're never in trouble. Oh, okay. So it's actually a starport for Clem. He does have the fairly early second gas after going to 3cc. And he is moving around the add-ons and stuff, so probably going for a Cloak Banshee build this game.
But I feel like defending against whatever stuff Clem throws at you does become a bit more difficult when you play this style.
Absolutely. And
oh, wow!
Oh,
that's sick.
Didn't get didn't get to see quite how it happened. We just got to see that it happened. Links around.
I saw how it happened.
Oh, you did?
Stephano had his links right at the edge of the, or right on top of the ramp, and Clem obviously doesn't have high ground vision there, and then just kind of flicked halfway up the ramp. And that's when Stephano just dove on it immediately and got the insta surrounds.
Oh, nice.
I'm my own observer, Benjamin. I trust in y'all, but, you know, the tiny details, someone has to pay attention to them.
Yeah, I need to start following you, man. Like, yeah, keep up, okay?
Definitely not, mate. My mouse is in the corner quite often.
Okay. It was interesting, by the way, because I was looking at Stephano's production tab. He did start a Roach Warren at some point and then cancel it almost immediately. So I don't know if it was a mistake or whether it was just something going on. Maybe something ticked him off, but he does go for a macro hatch in his main, which does signal that he just wants to go a lot of Ling Bane. Not really any tech for him available anyway at the moment in time, given that he is just starting his lair.
You know, I've got absolutely no issues with the style that Stephano is playing, but I do feel this is a very difficult style to get away with against Clem. Because you're obviously delaying everything, your layer, your overseers, your speed banes. I feel like he's doing a lot of stuff, which obviously means he's going to spread himself thin. And if you spread yourself very thin against Clem, he's going to find a lot of openings.
Certainly is. So far, though, it's got to be said, his defense is pretty damn good. And these Lings, these wraparounds and stuff that he's getting going, even going for the Evo Chamber wall off there, or is he even going to get some drones? I think Stephano's actually handling a lot of this really damn well, it's got to be said, but I'm with you.
No, absolutely. He is doing a great job, but I don't think he's out of the woods just yet. Don't forget that fourth hatchery did get cancelled a little while ago, and it hasn't been rebuilt yet. The Queens are going to start unleashing some damage on one of these forward Queens. Well done by Stephano. Kills the Banshee, doesn't lose the Queen. All right, well, I doubted him. He is floating some money, sure, but I'm with you, Ben. He handled all of that quite well.
Yeah, it's always so fun for me watching some of these young players, by the way, like Clem. Every time something goes a little bit wrong, you see it in his face. He starts looking like I don't want to say he looks like he's tilting, but he's literally tilting his head and being like, oh, you know, you can almost see the frustration in his face where he knows something wasn't meant to happen. But yeah, this game definitely looking healthier, but that wasn't the best.
No, you can't be doing stuff like that, though. Stephano was floating some money for quite some time. Now, losing that Overlord means he's supply blocked. Losing a lot of links in the center means he can't immediately fight his army. We know what Clem is capable of when he's got Stim Marines and the Zorg doesn't have Baneling speed yet. Stephano is going to push this back, but money is a skyrocketing because he was supply blocked for quite some time.
Yeah, having your hatchery denied as well. Oh, that Widow Mine is actually going to get up. I mean, he's done a good job of not letting it do much so far, has Stephano, but all it takes... that wasn't too bad.
I mean, it wasn't great either.
Wasn't great. Wasn't the worst. Wasn't game ending, though. Like, Stephano's still alive, but Oh, the drilling claws isn't actually ready, so Stephano can react to this in time.
Stephano's just losing a lot of units and not killing a whole lot of units yet, and things are just going to get more and more difficult when Drilling Claws is ready. This mine drop, is Stephano paying attention? The answer is yes. Will they pull them in time? Well, could have been worse. Not bad, but oh, the final one was sexy. Good job there by Stephano, morphing that drone into a spore crawler. But you look at the minimap, Clem is in the center, Clem is dropping the natural, and Clem is also with an army in the bottom side. This is peak Clem, and it's just a nightmare to play against this as a Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's having to move pretty deep on creep here, which does make it a bit tricky. Stephano's doing a good job of just dealing with these mines, respecting his opponent. The creep spread hasn't been too bad, actually. I can feel the panic.
Well, Stephano does clean it up. There's still a Widowmine in the center that gets another shot up, this time just on Queens. The Marines get an easy cancel on the 5th base of Stephano, and the supplies. I mean, you complimented the macro of Clem. My goodness. And you know what's also very telling is that literally all the action is taking place on this side of the map. Stephano is so busy dealing with all the aggression that Clem is throwing at him. Take a look at Stephano's vision so far. He doesn't even know if Clem has a natural, Ben. I'm sure that he assumes there is one there, but he hasn't even seen the natural. He hasn't seen the third. He knows it's there, but the fact that he has not been able to find the APM once to get some units to the other side of the map, it just shows that what kind of an insane level Clem plays in this matchup.
Yeah, he really suffocates his opponent, like, right from start to finish, and just never lets them breathe at any point in time. And Stephano, he's damn good, and we've seen that he's actually done a good job of deflecting some of this stuff, but it is relentless. And look, like, it's so hard to keep up. Clem, he's attacking with 3 different armies, 3 different compositions in 3 different points, and he's just rallying across the map, and he's not slowing down at all. He's taking his 4th base behind all of it.
Yeah, this fight in the center should be alright for Stephano, because that's literally all that he has. There is a Widowmine there, though, that gets a pretty decent shot off again. This was obviously not the entire army of Clem. That is the furthest that Stephano got out on the map in quite some time. Obviously not good enough. He's still down 6 workers. It seems impossible for him to get a 5th base up. Okay, does snipe one of these medevacs. Well done. Getting a couple of little victories on the board there, but when a Terran player goes up to 4 bases, and your units have never even confirmed that there is a natural or not, I think it kind of tells whose game we're playing over here, Ben.
I will say this, though, for Stephano, like, the resources lost tab is almost dead equal. The worker count 73 apiece. The Zerg, like, Stephano's surviving, but he wanted to be at a healthier worker count doing so than what he is at.
Baneling count is at 27 at the moment, so a lot of these extra Banes did finish up. And Burrow is almost done. Maybe we can get some magical burrowed Banelings. The nice thing about not having a whole lot of creep is there is a good chance that you get some sweet burrowed Banelings connections. That'd be a nice little victory for Stephano as he gets in from the left side. These Widowmine shots have been quite big. The second one doesn't do all that much.
The first one did, like, more friendly fire almost, but oh, decent. I don't see that drone count dropping too much, and Stephano, hey, he's actually on the other side of the map, Kev.
Yep. He's about to see that there is a wall of depots here. Is he gonna use the Banelings to just roll into it? Clem's actually gonna move out with a couple of units. He's like, hey, he had a big army there, just killed my medevac. What happened to it? Oh, look at the Queens in the center of the map actually sniping a Widowmine drop there. That's pretty cool.
I just saw the smile on Stephano's face as well. I think he's like, oh, they weren't meant to be there, but they worked out.
Clem now has a couple of units active on the right side, comes down this ramp, throws down a scan. Stephano is going for his first big attack. Links and Banes into the 3rd, and he's sending a lot of units towards a potential 5th base of Clem. Attacking near Planetary Fortress is real hard, though.
You see that? The Banelings just ran past a line of SCVs and fighting here. This might be a bit ambitious, a bit overzealous by Stephano. Will he get? He does get the TF.
And there are still Links killing all the SCVs in the 3rd. There's another little Baneling connection there too. Would have been so sweet if he was able to just burrow 2 Banelings there in the mineral line when Clem transferred all these extra SCVs. Honestly, that was not bad. That was really quite decent by Stephano, taking out a base, taking out 27 SCVs. Oh yeah, he does not have Hive Tech, he doesn't have Lurk Attack, he's gonna burrow a couple of Banelings, but it's right in front of Clem's army, and Clem ain't falling to death.
If Clem did fall for that, I'd have been like, Clem, that was the most obvious one of all time, you know, like right in front of you. But no, Clem a bit too sharp to let him get away with that one. Stephano still trying to... Oh, that was a dancing vainly. Stephano still hanging on here, still dealing counter damage, and Clem definitely has running on fumes here a little bit, but that is such a big army, and 3-3 is finishing up.
Yep, there is a tiny Ling run by happening on the top side of the map. That's not gonna deal a whole lot of damage as Clem left a couple of units behind. Clem picks up all of his bio units and he's gonna unload everything in the main base. Just look at the mini-map. There are still units being sent towards the top right side too. It feels like Clem is everywhere at once and Stephano knows it. That is going to do it. They quit a lot.